Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Samurai Schultz, and welcome to Unreal Engine. This is where we're going to be starting off. No level design today. We are going to be working on the game that I want to have a prototype for at the end of this year. So, let's go. First off, we've been having some problems with Unreal Engine. And one problem that we have is that our Hatendr character, which is going to be the player character, is not based on our base character class, which is kind of what I want to have so that I can have enemies based on that base character. So let's make a base character class. No compiler is found. In order to use C++ code, you must first install Visual Studio 2022. I'm using Writer, and it's been working so far up until now. So that's been a bit of a problem. So let's take a look at this. Wow, it's Copilot again, because I don't know how to solve problems by myself. Right, yeah, so one thing that I tried doing was... Oh, I also moved my, so this is the repository location right here. So before I had all of my project files like this, through that, and then this, and then a bunch of these. They were all in a folder called Hatendr, which was the project folder. Now, my repository location, and my project folder location are the same, which is good because that makes some git ignore things easier. You don't really need to know about that. Anyways, it's better now. That part is better. But even before I did that, I still couldn't create... I think there was a point where I couldn't create new C++ classes. So we need to figure out how to fix that. How do we fix that? So that's why I'm using Copilot. So it told me to delete some dot. There was like a VS folder, which was for Visual Studio. And then, let's see. There was a VS config, which is Visual Studio config. I don't need that. So I deleted that. And then I deleted intermediate saved in binaries folders because I can just regenerate them. And I thought that would fix the problem because that's what it told me to do. But now it's still not working. Okay, so let's take a look at what it says here. Okay. A few things to check. Open command prompt and run where CL. If it doesn't return a path, okay. Where CL. Did you guys see that? Here, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna see if it shows up in OBS. Probably. Yeah, it just shows up for a second. Nope. I can't even see the icon on the taskbar. That's how quick it is. You know what? I bet... Hold on, I've got my preview open. I'm actually gonna go back and look at it. Hold up. Hold up 1 second. I'm looking. Okay, well now I just can't find it. I can't even see it in the preview. Okay. Well, that was a waste of time. Anyway, let's try this again. Doesn't return a path. I'm just gonna assume it's not returning a path. If missing, install MSVC build tools separately from Visual Studio. Okay. Ah. Hmm. Oh, that looks so. Ah, maybe I need to do that. Wait, yeah. Not plugins, whoops. It should be in project settings. Okay. So, editor preferences. Okay. We need to make sure it has a rider selected. Let's see. Source code, please. No, 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 no. Rider U project. That's a little crazy. Okay, I'm gonna try restarting. I'm gonna restart. Give it a sec. I'm sure it'll work this time. It's got to. I've got my sugar-free Red Bull. That's just actually not sugar-free at all, but who cares? No, 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 no. Uh, I'm sure it'll work this time. I'm sure it'll work. It's just got to. Just got to. Okay. Well, we did step 4, so that's covered. Okay. Maybe switching it back. No. Okay. It is fair to assume that that would not work. That is totally fair. No compiler was found. I've never even gotten that before. That is so weird. Never in the history of forever. I remember when I was first using um Unreal Engine and following some courses, there would be points where I would mess like one little thing up and I couldn't figure out how to solve it, and I got so panicked that I just deleted the entire project and I would start it over and then start it over again and then start it over again. So I'd like delete the project, make a new one, copy over code from the course. Something wouldn't work. I would delete it again and try again. Because that's how little I understood code. Like it's very easy to fix things sometimes. Like not everything is an irreparable mess. Sometimes you can make really bad mistakes. But as a beginner, there was no way I was making irreparable mistakes. And I didn't realize that, so I wasted a lot of time. because if you ask me what one of the best skills is to have as a game dev programmer, with as limited an experience as I have, I would definitely say that it is debugging. I totally forgot what I was saying for a second. Maybe I need to connect to revision control, and then I'll be fine. No. I don't know why it would be that. That would be cool. Hmm. Okay. MSVC build tools separately. Okay, I'm gonna ask, do I need the MSVC build tools if I'm using JetBrains writer? That is my IDE. Okay. Well. I don't know what that looked like for you guys, but for me, Opera crashed when I tried to make a new tab. So sorry for the interruption. My bad. Okay, now I don't even know what's going on now. Okay. Anyway, Miss V. Oh my gosh, if I could spell, build tools. Okay, what? Where even is? Okay, right here. Oh, there we go. Accept all. Sure. I love cookies. Okay. Okay. I thought I had everything. Why is some stuff gone now? 5.0. I thought it was 6.0. It's the most current. Yeah, so when you make a when you install Visual Studio, the wizard takes you to the components that you might need. Okay, hold on. Visual. Update, modify. This is it. Yep, I have it right there. Yeah, yep. Uh-huh. I'm going to Maybe I need to update it. That's got to be it, right? That'll fix it. That'll fix it, definitely. You guys want a Swedish fish? You want that sweet, sugary goodness? No! Okay. I'm just going to update that. Oh, my chewing isn't too loud. I hope not. There we go. So hopefully, I'm hoping that when I update the installer, it will modify the packages I need. Minimal components. So MSVC version 142 and Windows 10 SDK. Windows 10? No, no, no. You silly cow. You need the Windows 11 SDK. Running on Unreal Engine 5. Well, while we're waiting for this, I bought a mouse pad recently. Or it's a desk pad because this is what I have now. And it is too small. It is far too small. And I always find myself running my mouse either off to the left side or off the bottom of it. So no more of that. And I don't like using it just on the desk itself because this desk it's got like this rustic wooden look to it. And I don't want to ruin that. I would like to keep this in okay shape for at least another year. Alright, we're getting there. Okay, so just remember, this is actually an old link, or an old post. Okay, this one's a bit later. Professional or enterprise license to use Writer for Unreal. I don't understand. Why can't things just work? There's so many dependencies. I mean, if this doesn't fix the problem, then I may end up just switching over to Visual Studio. Because I am done with this. I'm not content for this to keep happening. One sec, I'm going to adjust my light while I'm waiting. It's right there. Okay. So close. Should just be a few more minutes. I guess between now and last time, I don't think I had movement input last time, just being able to move around like this. I don't think I had my look. Actually, no, I think I did. I think I might have. And then we have jump. Jump we definitely did not have last time because I just implemented that this morning. And then of course, like I said before, we moved all of the project files to the direct location of the repository instead of a folder level beneath. Yeah, that's pretty much it there. 98%. Oh, we're so close. I'm so glad that it installs as it's downloading. That is beautiful. Okay, we still have to do some more installing. I must have the license that they were talking about. Where was that? Right. Oh, this is I can't. Oh, it's gonna. Oh, I can't read that. Nope. Nope. There we go. I got my answer. It doesn't change the situation. Hmm. Okay, we're getting there. Well, while we're waiting for that, I'm going to. I'm gonna watch the. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. Hmm. Yeah. If I was farther along in this project, it wouldn't matter as much. But not being able to create new C++ classes right now, oh, that's really bad. Oh, and another thing, I have to figure out how to get all of my saved intermediate and binaries file types in the git ignore. Because, like here, for example, I don't need anything from any of those in my commits. It just takes up a lot of space. Um, so yeah, I think if I'm not, yeah, I'm not sure, but especially if I have like a big commit, that's going to be rough. So can't have that. And then release playtest, release public. I'm gonna make a new branch based on. No, actually, I won't right now because I want to get rid of those 3 folder file types, like I said. But once I fix that, I'm going to make a branch based on this one for gas. So, like all the attribute set, gameplay abilities, gameplay tasks, things like that. And then I'm going to make another branch for restarting Windows. Oh, hell no. And just to be sure, okay, I have the latest MSVC, I think. I'm going to remove... okay, I'm going to remove that. I'm going to modify. One fish left. So once this happens, I'm going to try reloading the project. Okay, so we got this, we're going to delete. We got this, we're going to go to intermediate, saved, binaries. Delete that. Then go here, generate Visual Studio project files. And it just recreated those. Why did it do that? I thought you were dead. Oh, man. Here's to hoping this works. Different engine version. I would love to rebuild them. Okay, this will take a bit. Recently, I've been getting so frustrated sometimes that I just like put my entire mouth over my microphone. Oh. What? I'm so glad that I'm contributing valuable information to the stream. Definitely. You guys are learning so much. So much right now. If you think you're not, you're not paying attention. You're just not paying attention. That's the problem with your generation. Gen Alpha, you guys just can't pay attention. And the younger half of Gen Z, you just can't pay attention. No! Oh! I'm dead. That opens a thing. That doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, that is so loud. Markiplier. Markiplier just posted a new YouTube video. And I have not watched Markiplier in a hot sec. Because he wasn't uploading as frequently, and then I just just stopped. It just stopped. I don't know why. Okay, let's go back to this. So, okay, let's Visual Studio installer. Let's make sure that's okay. So on the RQ, let's check. We have Unreal Build Tool. We don't need the installer. Test adapter. Wait, hold on. Let me. Okay. Okay, select C++ build tools and ensure Windows SDK is included. Restart Writer and Unreal Engine after installation. Okay, well, I already restarted them. Okay, I'm just gonna delete this because I don't need it open anyway. Check Writer settings, build, execution, deployment, tool chains. Man, I'm so glad you guys must be enjoying this so much. Eating it up, just gobbling it up. Just fascinating stuff going on here. Definitely. Nothing boring. Never a dull moment. That's what I say. Desktop development. I don't even know why I have these. Do I even need those? Mobile development. Nah, screw that. Does it keep, wait, if does save my problem? No, it doesn't. It does not save it. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. If I go into settings, and let's actually look at this again. Broom. Broom. Settings, build, execution, deployment. Okay. And then, what was it again? Net console, debugger. Tool chains. Right. Tool set? No. No. I don't see it. It says build, execution, deployment, tool chains. You know what? I just thought of something. What if I run it directly from the IDE, and then it has to recognize that writer is the compiler. It has to. It must manage plugins. I don't care. And then, no. I'm sure. But get this. There's not even a compile button. Open the stall log. Trace. I don't even know what that does. And that is interesting. Okay. I have an idea. How to set up writer as compiler for UE5. 5.6, if that helps. Probably not. Then you okay. Install those and then source code. Writer, not writer U project. Why? You know what? I'm not even gonna look at the AI overview because that's dumb. Oh my gosh, I hate the AI voice. Okay, Visual Studio and .NET. Okay, let's just make sure. Hold on. I'm actually going to make sure you guys hear this.
Next, search for .NET Download. We need to download both .NET V8 and V6 for our setup. Ensure you have these versions downloaded. Once the downloads are complete,
Actually,
start by installing Visual Studio. During the installation, make sure to select Game Development with C++. Within this,
wait, hold up.
ensure you check the box for Unreal Engine installation. Now let's
Unreal Engine install. Why would I want that?
Once the downloads are complete, start by installing.
I wasn't actually paying attention to this.
Open your web browser and search for Visual Studio Download. Next, search for .NET Download. We need to download both .NET V8 and V6 for our setup. Ensure you
9 months ago. Okay, that's actually pretty recent comparatively.
have these versions downloaded. Once the downloads are complete,
not bad.
start by installing Visual Studio. During the installation, make sure to select Game Development with C++.
Yep.
Ensure you check the box for Unreal Engine installation.
Unreal Engine installer, not installation. Oh my gosh. No. Okay. Let's look for the Unreal Engine installer. Okay. We will modify. Okay. It said 0 bytes. So, okay. Yeah, that was quick. Alrighty. And we're done. Okay.
Now let's install both .NET V8 and V6. I've already installed them, but it's straightforward. Just follow the prompts and you'll be set. With our tools installed, let's open Unreal Engine and create a new project for demonstration purposes.
Wait. Creating it in Blueprint. Okay, that doesn't really matter, I guess.
Go to the editor settings and scroll down to source code. Here, change the source code editor to Writer U project. Make sure to select Writer.
It doesn't. So when I go to select, see editor preferences, and I go to source code, for me, it does not show Visual Studio. It used to, but it does not anymore. And that's a problem. That is a big problem. Hold up. Visual Studio 2022. Oh, wait. Wait, maybe I need the Visual Studio plugin in addition to the Writer plugin. Visual Studio. Oh my gosh. I'm going to try it. I hope that works. I'm going to give this guy a like. He's doing a great job so far. Yeah, because I think I removed those plugins a while back because I was like, I don't need who needs that? It only took us 40 minutes and we figured it out, guys. No, we figured it out. Oh, my own chum. That wasn't even from the video. That wasn't even from the video. Oh, finally. Ah. And base character. And then this is going to go in source. Let's see. /public/ characters. We're going to have a separate folder for characters, especially for character bases. Not base character. That's my bad. For character bases. Not bases. We forgot to turn off live coding, but that's okay. And it does open in this. Yes. 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 I'm so thrilled. Okay. Anyways, I have to use the restroom. I will be right back. And we're back. I'm back. Okay, so character base. We have some work to do in here in the last 14 minutes of our time together. I'm going to delete that first of all. Nope, we don't want that open. Okay. So, first of all, we need to go here. We're gonna disable live coding. Then character base. And then let's see, it says. Let me check. So if I double click on Hatendr character, it opens up. Yes. That's what I want. That is what I want. And then we want this to be based on that. So we're going to change that. And then we're going to reload. Sorry, not reload, but. And we're going to connect to revision. So here I'm just going to say 85 change files. This is more of a back-end issue with all the intermediate binaries and saved stuff. So I'm going to leave that for next time. We've already spent so much time on just trying to be able to create new C++ classes. So screw that. Let's see. Created Hatendr character base. I'm going to call this care base. And we're going to commit. And then hopefully I'll be able to push that. No. 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 We don't use bandwidth for GitHub when we're already streaming. So anyway, hold up. Wait, hold up. Yeah. I keep hearing about this RiderLink plugin that's supposed to be installed, but it's not called that in the plugin browser. Okay, we don't need any of these. I want to tell you guys so bad what the name of my studio is that I like the studio that I plan to have in the future but don't have currently. It's so cool. I think it's such a cool name. Hmm. And I want to actually change this to player character. Wait. Wait, why is that's not what? What? Oh shoot, now I have to change all that crap. Yeah, then player character. Wait, let's see. Include player slash. Does the swallow dream of flying as it sleeps under wing? Does it long for the summer as if. Okay. As it flies home for spring. Does a daisy feel the sadness at the last? Wait. Rename to. Okay. Hopefully the renaming should fix it. What if I undo a bunch of stuff here? A hot and character. Oh! What? Wait. Actually, hold up. I'm pretty sure this is the constructor, but I want to. Okay. Panic on the brain, Michael's gone insane. Julie starts to make you nervous. Don't really care what they would say. I'm asking you to stay in my bunker underneath the surface. Wondering would you be my little quarantine, or is this the way it ends? 'Cause I told you, level of concern. But you walk by like you never heard. You could bring down my level of concern. What if we go to source? Private characters. No. Go there. And then we go back. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Player character. Okay. Should probably make that player HUD just for consistency, but for now, that's fine. I almost deleted that. I don't want to get rid of that. Okay, now it's renamed. And please let it be copacetic. No! Okay. I'm gonna set that equal to true. Include. Hey. That should work. Yes. Yes. We get a little bit better every day. A little bit stronger. Do it better makes us faster. Work it harder makes us stronger every morning. Our work is never over. Oh yeah. I want to run this in debug mode. Hold up. I'm watching the course video. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's the end of that lecture. I'm gonna open and get up. Oh man. I mean, time's almost up anyway, so I'm actually gonna chill here for a bit. Let's just talk about what's been going on. How are you guys doing? How's it going? I am still excited about Arc Raiders. Very, very excited. And still excited about Expedition into Darkness. And I'll probably make a video on Expedition into Darkness just because I feel more strongly about it than I do Arc Raiders. Even though I'm definitely going to be purchasing Arc Raiders once it comes out in a few days here, or if it comes out this month, whenever it does. But I have been working on something very special in my free time, and that is a compendium of all of the features that Antediluvian Interactive intends to add to the game, Expedition into Darkness. And there's, I wonder what should I share here? What would be best? One thing, okay, I'll go over a couple sections here. So, one thing that seems coolest to me is the extracts. So, as you go deep enough, and I'm sorry that there's not visualization here, I can't show what I have currently because it shows people's usernames on Discord, and I just don't want to. There's no way for me to obfuscate their usernames right now, so I'm just not going to show it. But I'm just going to read off what people asked and how SB, who is a representative for AI, Antediluvian Interactive, how he responded to it. So actually, before I talk about exits, though, there's two other features. And this is listed under general mechanics, so I kind of have all of these different promises categorized. So the first one is, somebody asked, is there a first-person POV in this game? SB says no. And I believe in another message on the Discord, he said that it will probably never be implemented as it would cause a lot of complications, which makes sense because the movement would make having an in-head camera pretty difficult. Because usually when you have a first-person camera, you lock the character's rotation to that. But when you play as but when you play in this game, I'm pretty sure you just look in the direction that you're the head rotates of your character. It rotates in the direction you're looking, but the rest of the body does not. So like sometimes you have like that turn in place animation, or not animation, just it like literally turns in place, so wherever you're looking it tracks by the tick, but it doesn't do that for this just because of the nature of the animations. Another one is, so some people were having a conversation about whether there was going to be shared loot. So like if you and your party member both open a chest, and if they take an item out, is the absence of that item basically going to be replicated to you? Or will there be, for example, will there be an iron axe and an apple in the chest for you to take, and an iron axe and an apple for them to take in the chest? And SB replied that it will be shared loot later. And I think that they actually implemented that in last playtest, if I remember correctly. And then, okay, now the crown jewel. Here's what I'm really excited about. There's a lot of cool talk about exits. So SB said, in general, dungeons will be less lit, more dangerous, better loot, and fewer exits the deeper you go, with italics on deeper, which is really cool to me because that reminds me of Dark and Darker, which kind of seems like the direction this game is taking, where you can go deeper in with more danger and less ability to get out, but way better loot. Let's see. And then later he said, basically at the top level, you can comfortably exit most of the time. Whereas at the bottom, you have no idea if there might even be a guaranteed exit. So it's a party strategical choice of when to cut and run. That could be controversial. But I think if they find a way to make that clear when you go deeper, instead of oh, guess we didn't tell you, screw you, then I think that would be more acceptable. Someone said, I'm guessing timed extracts will be a thing deeper in the dungeon. Hold the evac for like a minute while enemies are charging you. And then SB replied, yep, conditional exits in general. And then in another lone message where he says, go open the huge portal that's buried at the bottom of the dungeon. So that's more of an aesthetic, I guess, like a vibe that they're trying to set rather than a specific feature. Somebody said, probably you would want to, if the devs make it the way I'm thinking, like having to defeat a stronger creature to be able to unlock a deeper part. Would be cool if you could slip by and go into, lol. And then SB replied, this is definitely going to be a thing as well. And combined with having specific keys / other conditional stuff. That's pretty cool. It seems like they're thinking pretty detailed about this. Another conversation, somebody said, like, there's no extract or you instantly wipe mechanic, right? Seems good. I look forward to see the drawback of, okay, that's not related. Okay, but anyways, SB replied to that saying, no, that'd feel a bit too cheap in our opinion. Okay. So this person is asking, like, if you're not able to extract, then you're screwed. And SB is saying, no, that's not going to happen. So maybe when you extract, it's not like you just get out. Maybe it is like you have to cast a spell on the door or something like that. Like it's not only will you have to battle more enemies to get to there, but you also might have to hold it or something like the other person said before. Okay. that's as much as I want to do right now. So I think I'm going to get back to doing Blender. Yeah, so Blender is on the docket for 12 to 1 p.m. for me. So I'm going to close that and open this. 1 second here. Okay, it doesn't. Nah, okay, you guys can't see it yet, but it's coming. I promise. There we go. Okay. That's not even. That's not even what I wanted to do. Hold on 1 sec. I gotta. There we go. Okay. Now it's back up. So I fixed the hand. So I think it's been a while, but I think last time I was messing around with the hand, um, there were some problems with the geometry being unstable. I'll actually show you guys what that looked like, because I was going to make a post about it, but I ended up not doing it. I'm pretty sure this is it right here. Hold up. Yep, right here. Here, let me turn my display capture on. Okay. So this was my model, just a little bit different, and you'll see how. So this was our, I'm looking at this particular mesh right here. So if we go to sculpt mode, and we were in object mode before, this is now in sculpt mode. Looks the same, right? Why would it look different? Yeah, back to object mode. I'm showing that it's the same thing. Look how bad that is. Look, that's terrible. So that's why when I would use the sculpt tool and I would go out here, it would just not do anything with any of these other vertices because they're all so distant from each other now. So I think I must have used the elastic snake hook incorrectly or something like that. But oh my gosh, just look at that. And I don't know why it was displaying differently, but yeah, deleted it. There we go. Yeah, so that was a very interesting experience. Anyway, let's exit out of that, go back in here, and I'm going to look at the tutorial. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There we go. Okay. Now a problem. Oh, yeah. So we have another problem, Houston. I'm actually gonna. I'm gonna add another subdivision surface. And I'm gonna do Control A to apply that. Whoops. keep hearing notifications from Discord. Where are they coming from? Don't know. Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay. Let's go back to sculpt mode. Please work. Kind of. So I think you can see the problem, but in case you can't, this ring should always be parallel with the surface. And sometimes, like, that's a little bit weird, but it's not huge. It's not a huge difference. That is really bad though, because now I can't. Wait. Is it only when I zoom out? I hope you guys can see the problem, because that's my goal is to kind of make the middle of this flex upward like a bridge. I just want to make it go from this to that, pretty much. Because I want to create that divot that's in the palm of the hand. And I can't do that. So I'm going to do a little experiment. I'm going to deselect that. We are going to make another cube. Scale it down. Whoops, I don't want to hide it. Can you guys, okay, you guys can see. Good. Good, good, good. I'm gonna take the, man, I wish I just I wish I could copy the transform of this. That's not what I want to do. Okay, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Quaternion. XYZ Euler. Okay. Anyway, let's move this here. We're going to add a modifier, which is just going to be a subdivision surface. And we'll make it have 4 levels. I think that's good. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to scale it in the Z a little bit. And then we're going to scale it in the X and Y. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now let's try adding that subdivision surface. And we're going to give it 4 levels of detail. Render 2. Why would I? Okay, I'm just going to set that to 4. I want to render all levels, so okay. Then we're going to apply scale. And we're going to apply this. So I'm going to hover over that, Control A. It's applied. And then let's go to sculpt mode and see if we have the same problem. Okay, we don't have the same problem with it, which is good. I'm very glad. For some reason, I am not able to. You know what? I think I know why I'm not able to replicate it. It's because he had fewer levels of detail than I did. I'm gonna try switching it to 2. We're gonna go Control A there. And then, okay, scale is already applied because it's 1, 1, 1. Now let's go to sculpt mode. Let's do elastic grab. Man, it's just weak. Why? I don't understand. I gotta watch this 1 second. So when he pulls from the top, it pulls on the whole. It pulls on the whole thing. Edit mode, sculpt mode. I must be missing something here. Again, when stuff like this happens, it's important to breathe and not get frustrated, because one of the most important skills, again, is being able to fix your own problems. Even though if it's extremely tedious sometimes and it's boring, it's just something you gotta learn to do. I should probably also learn to not make the problems in the first place, but that is another story. 'Tis another story. Dimensions. How are dimensions? How's that different from scale? I mean, I guess scale is the multiplier, but I don't understand. Okay, anyway, but the important thing is rotation. Maybe it's from rotation. Maybe that's why. Okay, let's go back to sculpt mode. I'm going to try turning this to 4, which I believe is what I set this to. Those look basically the same. Maybe it was 3? No. That's definitely 4. And then if I apply that, no, sculpt mode. Maybe it's because I applied the rotation. So I do that, and then Control A, apply rotation, and it's awesome. Go back to sculpt mode. Yeah, like this elastic grab tool is not as good as it should be. Like, they're basically doing the same thing. You guys see that? Grab here, then everything in that radius is grabbed out. Let's even set the strength up. It's grabbed out, just like that. Elastic tool should have way more weight that's spread out. It should be moving even some of the vertices up here, if only slightly. And it's not doing that at all. It's not doing that at all. Elastic snake hook. Oh man, I love that tool. It's so unique. Grab silhouette. Yeah, they're all just doing the exact same thing. Maybe I need to go into sculpt mode. Maybe that's my problem. press the period key. Okay, and then go to sculpt mode. Yep, same thing. Same thing happens. And like it's only the edge too. I don't I swear I'm doing the exact same thing as this guy, but somehow I'm getting a way. This sculpting thing is so finicky. Hold on. Okay. Hold up. I'm gonna uno momento. Shift S. That's not what I want to do. Control. How do I add something again? Right. Yeah. Shift A. Cube. Scale it down. Bring it here. No. There. Yes. Now we want to bring it right there. We're going to take this and where's my transform? My rotation. Gonna copy that. Gonna paste it. Gonna copy that. Gonna paste it. Gonna copy that. Gonna paste it. I missed this one for some reason. Okay, now it has the same rotation. Good. Because I don't want to have to try to find a rotation that looks good again. Here we're going to increase its size this way. Then we're going to scale it down in the Z. And actually we're going to scale it up. Wait, hold up. We want to scale it that way. And then we want to, whoops. Nope. Scale it down. Forgot to press Z again to make it local. Okay. That is about the size we want. Okay, that's good. Actually, be a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. And maybe even a little bit bigger. There. Let's make it cover that side. And then we're going to make it cover that way. Oops, hold up. Okay. And then he used Control 2 to make a okay. Subdivision surface modifier. That's okay, I can just do it manually. 2 and 2. Perfect. And then if we go into edit mode It shows up as a box, and we can add some loop cuts to this box. And we can add another one here. Oops. And then we can add one there. And then we can go to object mode, and I'm gonna actually delete the one underneath. And then please work. Why doesn't it work? I'm gonna leave that then. Oh, I need to apply the scale probably. So I'm going to apply that. Let's see, go to sculpt mode, non-uniform scale. Okay. Now, if we go to Control A, apply the scale, should be fine. Back to sculpt mode, no error message. It works, but still not as intended quite. Okay, it's still not doing what I wanted to do though. Let's go to layout, which is the mode that he's in. I don't even know if that makes a difference. I hope my suffering is entertainment for all. May you have much pleasure in this. On the bright side, Control Tab. What do you mean? On the bright side, it is facing the right way. That's like it's pretty consistently parallel. Man, I'm getting that afternoon brain fog and haziness. Okay. Let's see what we can do about that elastic tool, because I don't want to deal with that later. It's actually kind of unbearable right now. I cannot deal with that. Okay, so let's see. Blender, elastic grab, not elasticing, not expanding, not, it's not working. End panel. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if you guys can see this, but hello, concurrent viewer. How's it going? How are you doing? I hope you're well. I myself am doing. I'm doing okay. A restful night. Good night of sleep. A little bit frustrated. You know what? I'm realizing how much more satisfied I am with spending time working on my projects than just doom scrolling YouTube shorts. It is very, very nice. Okay, if your elastic deform brush, this is the AI overview, so grain of salt. If your elastic deform brush in Blender is not working as expected, it could be due to a few factors. It might be related to insufficient mesh topology, topo settings. Subdivide collapse, subdivide edges, detailing. I had this set to 18 before. I'm gonna just set all of that back. Yeah, I think I said this before you were on here. But the problem that I'm facing currently is when I go to sculpt and I'm using elastic grab. Well, first of all, here's how grab works. Pretty much does this. So it just takes the point that I select, and then it has a radius, and it should more or less draw on all of those points. Okay. Elastic grab goes even further. The fall off is much greater. So it'll pull on this point a lot, and it'll pull on all of the others. So like here, it might even just pull that a tiny bit, depending on how great the strength is. So it's like a cumulative, well, not a cumulative. This point is pulling on that point, which is pulling on that point. Also, looks like the points are all okay. That looks fine, I suppose. Okay. Anyways, let's go to edit mode. Sculpt mode. Yeah, they're all the same. But yeah, so that's how Elastic Tool should be working. Okay. What if I turn that on? Is that more accurate? Is that how? Not. No, that didn't fix it at all. That did not fix it. Remesh. Control R. Yeah, that's not what I want though. Yeah, that is really weird. Okay, well, I'm just gonna try to go without it. I'm not seeing any helpful search results. Maybe if I pull that up, then I pull this up, and I pull that up. That is not what I meant to press. Edit mode. How does that look in edit mode? Not terrible. Oh man, it's pulling on stuff really weirdly. Do we have, is there like a mask on or something? Is there like, how do I check for masks on, if there's a mask on this object? Check for mask object, shortcut, Blender. Alt M. It's here. Invert mask. Now I have no idea what else I could be doing. Q&A. Mask sculpting brush. Yeah, I just no. Sorry, what? It was nothing. It was nothing. Blue. You didn't see that? You didn't see the royal blue, baby. I mean, basically just a little bit off white. That was nothing. You were hallucinating. See, not real. Fake news. Grab 2D. I mean, they're all. The only thing that really seems different right now is the. I mean, I can't even. I mean, screw me. I can't even select. Can't even select anything in there. Better off just using edit mode for my sculpting now, I guess. Grab silhouette. Grab 2D. What is this even for? Similar to grab with an infinitely projected fall off, useful for grabbing broader shapes. Okay, yeah, never mind. It doesn't show in yellow the vertice, or the vertex that I'm selecting. Grab silhouette. It's like it's buckling. Okay. Strength. What if I turn this? Yeah, we're not using that. Boundary. I just don't even know what I want to do. These are all like additive brushes, right? But I want to just move. I just want to whoop. I just want to whoop, move it so that this part bends up. Not just the front. Nope. That's not right. Remesh options. Fast navigate delete. So that's what that does. No. We can do it. We can do it, guys. I'm sure of it. Creating a mask. I'm just gonna ask my original question. Yeah, I'll bring it over here actually. Let me do this so you guys can see. Okay, Blender elastic grab tool not working. I'm gonna move Blender. Okay. Is it possible to use deformation tools, the grab tool, but not allowing the object to deform in certain directions? It's from 3 years ago. And this is probably from, yeah, okay, that's from, I was gonna say 7 years ago, but that's pretty close. 6.5. Nearly. Let's ask Copilot. Let's see. The elastic grab. Let's see. Grab tool in Blender does not pull. Is, let's see. It's behaving more like the regular grab tool and does not pull as widely as expected. How do I fix this? You have to be nice to the AI, otherwise it'll turn on you. Proportional editing? The hell is that? Oh, whoops. I see. Okay, so if we press O, we press O, then it should do something. Okay, let's set it to 0.7. That seems reasonable. Oh, scroll the mouse wheel to, okay. Pressing O doesn't do anything. Okay, I already used Alt M. Pretty sure I already applied. Yeah, I applied the scale. Maybe if I apply the rotation. Okay, let's see what happens if I try to sculpt then. Doesn't make a difference. Literally none. Shift tab. Oh man. It's okay. We can do this. We can. They can make the dress so pretty. In the sculpting tool settings, know how to access sculpt tool settings. Hold up. Okay. Press tab and select sculpt mode from the dropdown. That's not what I wanted to switch back to. Where that? I just deleted my copilot. Okay, there we go. Now it's back. Look at the top of the viewport for the active tool and workspace settings. File. Edit. Let's see, preferences, no. What if I go to object mode? Fall off, smooth, linear. Stroke, view. No. Brush. Stroke method dots, space. No, that's not it. Oh, it's just saying it doesn't. It's not even helping me. It's saying, go. Do you know the? Yep. Yeah. So it's saying play around and see what works. That's weird. Don't know why that's not working for you, Paul. How strange. How strange. Um, you know what's crazy is that there's nothing to be done. You know what? I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna try making another cube. Actually, hold up. We're gonna try making another cube and then putting it, scale it down a ton. Right there, put it right there, scale it down even more. And we're gonna get the rotation, copy it over painstakingly. Wait, why is the rotation like that? I'm gonna copy that. It's probably right there ish. And then Control 2 doesn't work. Okay. Control 2 is supposed to be the shortcut for adding that. Okay, OBS Studio disconnected. Love that. I don't know why it disconnected. I don't know why OBS Studio just disconnected. Okay. I think we're going to be done soon here because there's not much more I can do with this. That's actually interesting to watch, nor is it necessary. Simple. Catmull Clark. Optimal display. Gonna just go to edit mode. And we're gonna use some loop cuts. So we got that loop cut there. And then we're gonna add another one right there. Like so. And then one there. Like so. And then we're gonna move it on the that axis. And then we're gonna what? Hold up. We're gonna move that right there. And then I want to move this right here. That is a beefy hand. And probably not in a good way. Yeah, let's move this down a little bit. Okay, let's apply the scale. Okay, scale is applied. And then right now we have this box around it, but once we apply this, then yeah, it'll go back to being like that. Okay, what if I try to sculpt now? Okay. That's all, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I am just done. I'm done. I'm done with Blender today. And we had some good wins with Unreal Engine, but yeah, I'm gonna end it there because there's only 4 minutes left and I need to go eat something. So I'm gonna mull this over. I'm gonna try to debug the sculpt tool not working, or the elastic grab tool not working. Potentially the entire sculpt tool, but we will see. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Farewell.